Hi everyone, Niagara County here. I just wanted to show you a new detector I got. I've had it for a couple weeks. I got it a little bit before the CS77. It's by a sister company of Macro. It's Nokta Detectors. They work together, same engineers now and then, but they are two different companies. Both great companies though. This is the Forest Core. It's a new machine by Nokta. It has quite a few options with it. It comes with 3 coils. This is the Pro package and a few other little goodies. I'm going to open it up in here in a minute and show you. Tell you a couple things about it. You got dual LCD display, graphical user interface, digital target ID and ID masking, ground tracking, auto and manual ground balance. You have 4 search modes. You got the general, which is an all metal. You got discrimination 2 and 3, and you have a conductive ground mode, which is for heavy mineralization and hot rock. You have 5 different audio frequencies available to choose from. You have electronic pinpointing and depth indicator. You can frequency shift. Vibration mode on this handle, unique to this detector. In case you have hearing impaired issues, or let's say you just don't want to listen to the detector, or it's dark, you want to be able to feel the signals. Very neat and unique to this detector. This has a built-in LED flashlight, also unique to this detector, I believe, or one of the few that does have it nowadays. Up top here, projects down on the coil, and you can really see pretty well at night while you're detecting. Nice option. You have waterproof search coils, of course, and there's 3 of them. You have a 5-inch, a 11-inch by 7.5, I believe. It's nice and narrow, and you also get a 15-inch. You get it takes 4 AA batteries, and you get about 30 hours out of them. 10 different languages to choose from if you like. Okay guys, I'm going to go outside here. I'm going to open it up and show you what we got. Alright guys, I'm just going to turn you on real quick while we open this up. Now, this company, you know how I like the Macro bag. This company, they did the same thing. Not only do you have a really nice bag, okay, flip it around and you have backpack straps, so you can take your bag right on your back, all your coils, all your gear, and that's what I like. I think that's a great idea. All the companies should do that. Good idea. Okay, let's start opening up here, and I will do the best I can, guys. Again, I don't have the best camera. I've had this open just so everybody understands. I've been into this. This pouch is the 15.5-inch coil. Very nice. Its own storage area. On this side, same thing. We have the 11-inch, which we will pop that on. And let's grab down to the next set of zippers. We'll go all the way around and open up here, and voila, this is what we have. Okay. Now I got this from Kellyco. I didn't see anywhere else in the U.S. to buy it, to be honest. So I got a decent deal. The good price on these detectors. I purchased a Pro package. There's some really good deals going out right now. A little bit less than I paid, actually. This was a few weeks ago. I got mine about a month ago, actually, I think, guys. I've used it a few times. My wife has used it. We love the detector. It's extremely fast. This is I've never got to use the Deus. Not to compare detectors or anything, but that's the only thing I can compare it to speed-wise. Response speed would be with the XP Deus, something like that. Now, I haven't used it, so I can't say firsthand, but from what I see and what I've used with this is extremely fast, and I would say it would probably be up there with that type of response speed. Okay. Nice cap, put that up, rainproof cover, and you also get a cover for your handle, which gives you a screen so you can see the VDI. Now, it does, when you have this on, you can't use the light. They should have probably left a little spot for the light to shine through here, or you could cut a little spot out, I guess, but that would ruin the integrity of it. Here's where the trigger goes for the pinpoint, and this zips up, and I've kind of already damaged this a little bit. So, but those are nice. I could see myself having to get another cover though soon, because I like to have the covers. This here, I put the detector box in it. I'm not sure if it came like that, I don't remember. It was sealed in plastic when I got it. This is the actual detector. Okay. Still has the plastic cover on the screen and stuff. I haven't peeled any of that off. I don't feel a need to. The batteries compartment right here. We pop open. 4 batteries. These batteries will last up to 30 hours, they say. I've got, I'm going to say 10 hours on these. No sign of any of them letting up yet, so I believe the 30 hours. There we go. Okay. I will set that aside for a minute. Okay, here is the handle. And secures in there nicely. This here is your ground balance button. This is what we bought ground balance with, okay? Here's our trigger for pinpoint. Here is a switch for the LED light right here. Pick your light on, and there's your light. Okay, not on now, obviously. In the center, oh, I'm sorry, I'm off to the right here. Here are the headphones. We have a set of headphones. These are Philips. They're not a bad set. They don't sound too bad, but again, headphones are a personal item, guys. Most of us change them when we get a detector. I don't know many detectors that come with the type that we all prefer. I personally am into the Grey Ghost myself. So you guys all use what you want. These are a decent set though. I personally like my Grey Ghost. This is our little guy. Nice little coil. See, I'm still a little dirty. You want to talk about getting in there, and this, I got about 5-6 inches depth on this little guy, so you don't lose, you know, you're not going to get super deep with it, but you'll get that killer separation. I mean, just unbelievable. And it's good to have a little coil in our arsenal for any detector. Works extremely well. Over here we have our parts. This is going to be our rest for our arm. Here is the battery charger, our arm strap, the components to put our detector together as far as to attach the coil, and they gave you an extra set of washers and an extra nut and bolt for the coil, so you get 2 of everything. Very nice. Here's our screws for attaching our arms and cuffs to the detector. There's the actual charger itself. This is the adapter and such. Yeah, this actually comes with a car adapter and stuff too, guys, included, okay? That's kind of nice. Okay, guys, I'm going to put the detector together. I'll flip the camera back on and show you what we got. Only takes me a minute. Alright guys, it's literally been less than a minute. These, when you put them on, you don't tighten them all the way, you just loosely put that on there. You can see this is loose. You've got an adjustment, you can slide it up or back, just depending on how you like it adjusted. And literally there's a rail right on here. All we do is slide that into the rail right there, and we attach this to the handle. Oh, sorry guys. Let's get the macro on for you. We will attach to the handle, and then when we wire the coil all the way up, we will attach to the coil. And there's our ground tracking switch, on or off, or depending if you want auto or manual. And there's our power switch, speaker, the headphone jack. Okay, I'll turn the camera back on in 1 second here. Alright guys, I've got everything all put together. Let's see here. All right, let's turn it on. Just for your beeps. Okay, we start out in, let's see, we're in D2. You hit the cursor here, okay? This will bring up your menu, guys. I'm not sure if you can see the menu very well. I'll have to review the film. I hope so, that I can make another video if this isn't very good. Anyways, this will bring up our menu. You've got DI2, which is a discrimination mode. That means discrimination 2. We scroll over once with this, plus we got DI3, which is discrimination with 3 tones of audio, okay? The first one, DI2, you get an iron grunt tone for iron, and all the other tones sound alike, I believe. It goes a little bit deeper than the rest. Okay, and you also have COG, which is great for black sand and heavy mineralization. Let's see, a couple other scenarios if you have trouble with your, say, basically the mineralization is what it is. Or hot rocks too, I'm sorry, that's what the other thing is. Okay, go back here, I'm going to go all the way back to general. Now this is an all metal mode. Everything sounds the same in this mode, okay? It's deepest mode. In this mode, I do not believe you can mask. No, ID mask is turned off, so there's no masking out any iron, okay? Sorry about that. Let's see. I'm going to go to DI2. In this mode, you can adjust your sensitivity. First off, I'm going to jack the sensitivity down a minute while we're sitting here. It's a very sensitive machine. 50 is more than enough to start with. ID mask, that is your discrimination. 0 through 10 is basically your nails, your rusty iron, such like that. Anywhere from 0 to 40 really will cover and knock that out. If you want to knock all your iron out, say go take it all the way up to, let's say, 40, okay? Let's go back up. Let's see, I'm going to scroll all the way down. You can change the frequencies, but you can only do that in DI2 and DI3, I believe. I'm going to have to double check on that, guys. You've got your volume. You have your tone, so you can adjust the tones. Your brightness of your display. Language and vibration. The neat thing is you can turn vibration on this, and whenever you get signals, this will vibrate the handle. So you don't need audio if you have a hearing problem, or say it's real dark or something like that, okay? Very neat feature. Let's see, I'm going to go all the way back up to the top of the list. I'm going to go on to DI3. Now this is discrimination with 3 tones of audio. You get your grunt for your iron. We've got some iron here. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear the detector. Let's see. Okay guys, that's your iron. This is a penny. It's a high tone. Here's a pull tab, which would be your gold and nickels. And this is your overload sound. Okay. This detector is extremely sensitive and extremely fast. I will set up a couple targets real quick and kick the camera back on and show you the recovery speed. Alright guys, I got some coins set up here. Nickel, dime, nickel, penny, and a nickel. And right there is a big chunk of rust, okay? And I've got another one in my hand. That's the rust right there. I've got another one here I'm going to put down, okay? And I'm having a hard time, I'll tell you, this thing is so sensitive. It keeps overloading. I get I've got the sensitivity all the way down to 20. Nickel, I've got the iron cut out. Let me go in and turn the iron on. I'm going to turn ID mass to 0. Now we'll hear that iron. Look at that, it's actually avoiding the iron in this mode. Listen. Nickel, penny, nickel. There's the rust. I'm not getting it. I'm getting the diamond and penny. I like that, kind of. Does that mean it's going to be make rust invisible, or? Now listen, now we can hear this chunk. You can hear that chunk of iron if you get in the right angle. Oh, overload. Now I'm in DI3, guys. I want to show you something I thought was neat. Okay, I'm going to grab all these coins and set these over here for a minute. We've got this one chunk of iron, right? Let's set it right on top of the nickel. I was able to get that before. Listen to that. Picking that nickel up, no problem. Okay, now I'm going to separate them to show you that that iron, we can pick that up by itself. Here's the iron. Oh, overload. Super sensitive, man. This thing is sensitive, guys. That's something I did notice. Find the tiniest, smallest items with this. This is with 20 sensitivity. I'm 6 inches off the ground. Wow. Alright. Okay, so we picked the nickel up with the rust chunk of iron right on top. Listen, here's the iron. Okay. Here's the other coins. I'm going to set this down a second. Here's another chunk of iron. Let's put 2 chunks of iron. Here's the nickel. Set it back down. I'm going to put that chunk of iron on top. Let's bury it. Can't see the nickel. Guys, we're getting it. You can hear the squeak of the iron. You hear it? But I can hear the iron and the nickel. Can you guys hear that? Hear that little at the end? Doesn't change. I move the iron. There's the iron. Now what would help is if I had a nail, a straight nail. Let me see what I got here. I got a huge nail in the bed of the truck. This is an old square nail, very large, guys. I don't know if this will work because it's so big. I'm going to take these pieces of iron out of the way. I'm going to lay this nail on the end. It's awful close to this. This is where things get tricky, is when they get that straight on. Excuse me, that right there, you know? Okay. We're getting it. Oh, by the way, guys, VDI numbers. There's our nickel. And nickel's come in a little higher. Let me set it off by itself. Okay, there it is. See that? But when we had it with the iron, it just degraded. It took about 10 off of the ID, off the numbers. But we heard the nickel clear as a bell. Could hear the iron at the same time, that little squawk. And this being so big, we could hear it fine over here. But right here, we could still see it. Now, let's lay this iron right on top of the nickel. Just like that. Wow. We're picking it up. Got the nickel, can hear the iron at the same time. There's the VDI. Oop. So 40 to 44. Let's test the nail and see what the VDI is just on the nail. Oh, it's 20. I'm going to pull the nail back over there. It's 20. So a nail of 20 with a nickel of 40. Oh, I'm sorry, nickel's 56 on center. Nails 20. Put them together, we got, what was it, a 40? So you can almost figure out how much we can deduct to get in what we're getting. So if I'm getting a 44, 43, it could be a nail and I can hear them both. It means it's a nail and a nickel together in the ground. If we can deduct stuff like that. Here's a quarter. Let's listen to the quarter by itself. We'll get the VDI off of it. Nice high tone. 89, 90, 91, bing. Hear how quick that is. It's just such a nice... And actually the nail is right next to it there. I'm still picking a little bit of that up. Okay. Oop. So that nail's 20. This is like a 90. Okay, by itself. Oh, I'm going to lay this right on top. Obviously being so big, it'll still pick it up. It brought our tone down to the mid-tone levels. You hear that? Move the nail. Got a high tone. So with the nickel, the tone stayed the same, but when you put a nail in with a quarter, it can degrade the sound down to the mid-tone range, but that won't mean that it's not a high tone or a high conductor. So I would suggest you're getting a mid-tone with the sound of iron and your good tone in the same hole. Assume that you've got something like a quarter in there or such, okay? And I think we'll be able to figure out, if I can figure out what the difference is in the VDI for between a nail and like the nickel is what, 15 or something. If we can figure it out for each one, we might really be able to predict what we're digging. I'm going to have to experiment with that. This may be super predictable or help a lot with the IDing of a target. But I will say this, that being able to see these coins, okay, we got this big fat piece. Let's put that right there. If I still get a good mid-tone out of that, listen. Okay. You can just, it sounds like iron, right? But you can hear that whoop in the end. What? You hear it? Whoop, 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 like there's a good target underneath of it. You can almost hear it. And if we fish around, listen, we can actually get it to come out right there. Okay, now let's put the iron mask up, which will basically block that nail out. The nail was coming in at 20. Let's turn the iron mask up to, let's say 30, okay? We're not getting anything. Little bit right there. really wants to grab that quarter, it's telling you, hey, I got something there. And look at the VDI, instead of being in the 20s for iron like it should be, it's giving us a mid VDI. There it is. Look at it. We got the quarter out. So you can actually fish the signals out with this. And this is an 11-inch coil, guys. Alright, I gotta let you go, guys. Got a phone call. Okay, guys, I had a phone call there. I'm sorry about the interruption. Okay, all in all, I think this detector is very fast. Again, I've played with it for a bit. My wife has played with it more than I have, to be honest. I'm going to use it some more. After experimenting with that iron, it looks like you can almost see through most iron. And even that big iron, the numbers were still coming up on here, not as iron. Iron comes in as 20. With that quarter underneath of that large piece of iron, I could barely hear it, just a tiny bit. But the VDI was still coming up in the 40s. So, and it was, remember with the nickel, when we could hear the nickel with the iron, it was coming up the same way. It was in the low 40s. So if I get a low 40 signal, either hear iron that sounds like there might be something else there, or hear both signals, we know to dig it, because there should be 2 targets in the hole. And I'm going to do some experimenting with that, and if that's the case, that's going to make this one heck of a little unit, especially for, again, picking through iron. And it is fast. I will say that the processor is extremely fast. But the see-through ability, if it really is working like I think, I'm going to say the see-through ability will be the #1 factor of what makes this a really killer machine. Again, the price on this, guys, you check online, and I got mine at Kellyco. It was the only place I could find the Nokta that seemed reputable to me in the U.S. There's a lot of guys in the UK and stuff that you can trust. And there's maybe a few in the US that I just don't know yet, you guys. I'm not insulting anybody, and I don't mean to. But yeah, that's where I got it. I got the Pro Kit. You saw everything that comes with it. I think it's a great unit. I will make some more videos here ASAP, maybe even later today, and try and get this one up here so you guys can check it out. Thanks for watching. Niagara County here for myself and Nokta. And thanks a lot, guys, for watching. We'll see you real soon, and look forward to hunting. Good luck out there.